Hello everyone, welcome back to part 5 of Telegram bot development. So in this video what we'll be going to do is we are going to host our bot in a free service known as Heroku, so that we don't have to keep our system on, or we don't have to keep our bot running from our PC so that people can use it. We'll just host it on Heroku and it will run for like ever. It's a free hosting service also. So let's get started. As you can see, I have created a simple bot in which I have used the Telegraph API. I have put the Telegram token, and created just one command, the start command, and it will return bot has started. And finally, I have started the bot by saying bot.launch. Okay, so let me just run this. Let me just run this bot. We'll say node index.js. Okay, I haven't named it app.js because you will see it later, basically because we need to keep the name as index.js. I'll tell you later why. So now what I will do is I'll just run this bot. So the bot has started. I'll go back to Telegram. We'll go back to our bot and let's say start. As you can see, our bot is running. But the problem is, if I'll shut down my PC, or if I will close this command line and I'll try to run the bot again, it will not respond because our bot is not running. So that's what we are going to tackle today. We will be hosting this whole project on Heroku. So for that, what I have done is I have created a Git repository with all the steps which we will be going to follow. I'll put the link of this project in the description. You can see it's a step-by-step process. If you will follow it, you will be able to host the code. Okay. So let's get started. So what it says is first we have to create the bot, which we have already done that. Next, you have to create an account on Heroku. So I'll open this link. If you go to heroku.com, since I've already created my project. Since I've already created my account. I'm already logged in. So what you have to do is you have to sign up in this website, get an account, and log into it. Okay. Okay. So now the next thing is you have to install the Heroku command line interface. For that, you just go to this link and you can see it will show you multiple options. One of them is for Mac OS, the other one is for Windows and for Linux. So whichever operating system you're using, depending on that particular architecture, you can install Heroku command line interface. It's very simple. You just have to follow simple installation steps and it will be installed. Okay. One more thing is that you need to have, so yeah, the Heroku CLI will also require Git. Okay. For that, what we will do is we'll go back and you can see that I have included a Git installation link also. Git is basically a version control system. Without telling much about it, it's just a version control system which generally people use in project development so that they can collaborate with other team members. Okay, so it is a very vast subject. Maybe I will take up some lectures on Git also, but for now you just have to install it. So it has got different ways you can install. For example, for Linux, for Mac OS, and for Windows. For your version, just go have to for your operating system, just have to go and install it simply. So for Windows, it is over here. After installing Git Heroku command line interface and and making your ID in Heroku, let's get started. So what we are going to do is we are going to use a node package known as microbot. I've searched for microbot in npmjs.com, and over here you can see this is the package. It's a very famous one. As you can see that a lot of people are using it. So what we'll be going to do is we are going to follow this whole process. Okay, and I have made this thing simpler by um, putting all the steps over here. Okay, so now what we have to do is we just have to copy this command. No, we will install this in our project. We'll go back to the terminal. I'll paste it. Oh, sorry, I haven't copied it over. We'll just copy it once again. Command C and paste it. Yeah, I'll hit enter, and you can see microbot is being installed. Okay, so it has installed now. You can go to package and you can see that microbot is installed. So what's the next step? The next step is we have to remove the Telegram dependency from the package.json. Okay, so this is the Telegram dependency. If you want, you can remove it, but I will keep it over here. I will let you know why. If you want, you can remove it. You don't need it now because this microbot, where is it? Yeah. So this microbot, it is made on top of Telegraph. So if you have included microbot, all the Telegraph APIs will already be included. Okay. So now let's go back to the steps. So the second step is we have to include this script in the package.json. Okay. So it says that put this in the scripts part. Okay, and you can see over here they have used main as index.js, not app.js. So this is the reason why we will be using index.js and not app.js. Let's go back to the code. We'll go back to package.json, and over here in scripts we need to paste our code. Command V. So it should contain start microbot. Okay, and our main is index.js. Let's save this. Let's go back. So now we have to make some changes in our code. Okay, what we'll be going to do is we will change the telegraph import to require microbot. Instead of telegraph, we will require microbot. I'll just comment it out. I'll paste the new code over here. Let's go back. For the bot, we will use new composer to create a bot. So we have created a bot over here. I will just comment it out and I will use bot equals to new composer. Okay, then rest of the commands whatever you have been making will remain the same. So rest of the commands will come over here. Okay, and finally instead of bot.launch, what we will do, we will export a bot. Okay, so let me just export it. So module.export equals to bot. So the changes which we have to make in a bot, we have done that. Okay, we will save all the changes, then go back. So now what we have to do is we have to initialize a Git repository. To do that, since we have already installed Git, it will not be a problem. So I'll just copy this command and paste it in the terminal, git init, and you can see that it has initialized a empty Git. You can also see, you can't see because there is a hidden directory. We can see by pressing ls -al enter, and you can see over here .git folder has been created. Okay, so now what we will do, we'll go back, and what we have to do is we have to create a file named gitignore, and we'll put nodes.module in that. I'll create a file named gitignore, press enter, and over here we will put node_modules. So what this does is whenever you will commit your code, okay, we just want to commit our index.js, our package.json. Maybe you can put you can also put package-lock.json also, because you just need index.js and package.json. That's it, nothing else. So that's why all the files which you want to ignore, you put them in gitignore. For example, we don't want our node modules to be packaged and put in the server because they will be built in the server itself. So for that I have put node modules over here. Okay, I will save this also. Now going back, what I will do is I will log into Heroku. I'll come over here, I'll paste Heroku login. So what it is saying is press any key to open up the browser. So when I press enter, what it will do, it will open Heroku login page and it will ask us to log into Heroku. Okay, as you can see, it has redirected me. It will ask me to log in. I'll press login, and maybe you will have to put in your email and passwords, and since it's showing that you are logged in now, you can go back to your command line interface and it shows you that you have logged in. Okay, so now what to do? Now what we'll do is we will create a new dyno. Okay, so basically what is that? We are just creating a new server for our app to be hosted. To do that, we'll just say heroku.create. So it will create a server with some server ID. This is your server ID, keep that in mind, and this is your URL to that server. Okay, we need both these information, so keep this handy. Okay, so I will just copy it and paste it somewhere, for example in maybe in index.js. I'll put it over here. This is my server ID and this is my server address. Okay, let me save it. So a server is created. Now what you have to do is you have to config some environment variables. One of the environment variable is your bot.token, because until and unless you give the bot token bot token, your Telegraph API will not be able to recognize your bot. So let's do that. Let's copy this, paste it over here, and I will paste in my token. My token was available over here. Copy and then paste. Okay, and then you have to press enter. You can see bot.token and restarting your app. Wait, sorry. So the thing is, I have copied it, but I haven't changed the app ID. Okay, so this is the app ID, and I have already copied my app ID over here. Let me copy it and paste it over here. So now the command is Heroku config set --app. This is your app ID, then space, then bot token equals to, without any spaces, in quotes you have to put in the bot token and press enter. Now it should work. So yeah, it has set a bot token to this value. Let's do that again for the other command. Just copy it here. I'll copy it, I'll paste it, and in bot.domain I will paste our domain, which is available here. This is the website. Let me paste it. Then we have to also paste the app ID. App ID is available over here. Paste. Okay, press enter. It will set the bot.domain variable is also set. Now let's go back, and what we have to do is we have to now create a proc file. Okay, so let's create a proc file in a folder, in a bot folder. I'll create a proc file, PROCFILE, without any extensions. Okay, and remember that capital P should be there. Press enter. So this is a proc file. Okay, inside that proc file, what we have to do, we have to put in this command. And if you want to know what a proc file is, so basically it is saying that start a web instance, and for that web instance run this command, that is microbot, and then pass in the port whichever is available. So it will run our project basically. So I've created a proc file, I've saved it. Next what I will do is, so yeah, so we have set up every, okay, yeah, so what so we have set up our server, we have installed everything, we have logged in everywhere. So now what we have to do is we just have to commit our code. Okay, how to do that? We can see that git status. So if you run this command, it will tell you what all files are available to be committed or to be staged. I'll press enter, it will show me a list of files that all these files are available to be connected. These are not tracked. Okay, so what I will do is I will add all these files to be committed. To do that, what we'll say, git add, and then you can individually provide these file names, but what I will do, I will just press dot. So what it will do, it represents all. So git add all, so it will add all these files. I'll press enter, and now if you see git status, it will show you that all these files are now changes to be committed. Now it comes under changes to be committed. Previously it was under untracked files. Now all these are changes ready to be committed. Now what to do? Since we have added these files, now what we can do is we can commit all these files. So to do that, we'll say git commit -m. So over here you can provide a message. So what does this message? This is just an initial commit. So I will say initial bot commit, and then I will press enter. You can give any message. So this message basically represents what you have changed in the, so whatever you have changed in the code. So since this is an initial commit, I'll just wrote initial bot commit. You can put it anything. So 5 things have been changed, okay, and they have been committed. Now what you have to do is, you have to, since all these committed files are present in a local, you want to push these changes to Heroku, right? So to do that, you just have to run this command: git push Heroku master. Press enter. So now it will start pushing all these files into the Heroku server. It will build all the file, it will run that npm install, and then finally done. So our app has been deployed to Heroku. Now let's test our application. Okay, see, you can see that my app is not running over here, it is running in Heroku. Let's go back to Telegram. We will run start command and you can see it is running perfectly fine. So now your bot is hosted in a server in Heroku and it will be available 24/7 and it is free also. So let me go back to my Heroku. I will refresh this page and you can see that now a new hidden Savannah server has come up. These servers are known as Dynos in Heroku. So I'll just open it and you can see a lot of information is available and it will show you how this server is started and all. So let's go and see the logs of the server. So as you can see that microbot has started and whatever is happening, all the logs will come over here. Okay, so this is a simple way of hosting your bot for free on Heroku. There are other methods also. For example, you can host your bot on AWS or other services as well, but this is the simplest, so I have chosen to show you Heroku. So yeah, I totally forgot to tell you one thing. How do you rerun the application? Okay, so suppose you have deployed your code into into Heroku, and now what you have to do is you want to make some changes into your bot. So let's do that. Okay, let's go back to our project. I will make all the changes. For example, now I will create one more command called bot.help, and over here I will pass in the context. And so let's create a help command. So ctx dot reply with the help message. This is a help message. I created this new command. Okay, I want to test this command. So how do I do that? First, let's shut down this dyno. To do that, we will go to settings. Okay, and we'll go down to maintenance mode, enable maintenance mode. Okay, so now your bot is offline. Now it will not work. Okay, to test that, you can just run the command again. It's not working, right? It's under maintenance. So now what we'll do is we'll try to run it locally. To do that, I will just comment out all the microbot commands, and I will bring my program to previous state. Now I will run the code in my local to test if everything is working fine. So to do that, I will say node index.js, press enter. A bot has started. Let's go back and run the start command. It's working. Let's run the help command which we have created. It is also working. Since our bot is running fine, so we have tested everything, what we will do, we can close it. Let's redeploy our app. To redeploy, we will just change back our code, make the changes to our code. Okay, and over here also, do remember, I will suggest you one thing, to not to put your bot token in this file. Always remove it so that it is not available for others to see. Okay, whenever you need it, just paste it over here again. So what I will do is I had made those changes. So now whenever you want to redeploy it, you don't have to follow all the process. Okay, you just have to follow these last 3 lines. Just save all the changes, add those changes by saying git add dot, then git commit minus m your commit message. So I'll say added help, oh sorry, command. Okay, I'll press enter, the committed. Now I will push my code to Heroku. Before pushing that, let's just run my okay, let's just push it and we'll see. I'll say git push Heroku master. So this will push the code to Heroku. The build was successful. Launching the website. Our new code has been deployed to Heroku. Okay, let's go back. We will open Heroku. We'll put our application outside maintenance mode. That is disable maintenance. Now our app should be running fine. Let's see the logs. Is everything is fine? So yeah, a bot has started and it is maintenance mode is off. So let's check our bot if it's working or not, and it's working. So that's it guys, that's the video for today. If you like it, please hit a like, subscribe our channel, do share it to your friends and family. And if you have, so this might be the last video of this series, and if you want to learn something else, do comment in the comment section. We'll get back to you. Thank you.